I'm good. Ready?
Yes.
Give me some more time and a dream. Give me the hope to run out of steam.
All right. And we're back.
We're back.
So Guten Tag, it's Oktoberfest.
Guten Tag. Sehr gut.
What?
Sehr schön. Ausgezeichnet.
Okay.
I speak German.
It's like Annie says, a little goes a long way.
That's That's fair. That's fair.
Hat Club's still struggling to be noteworthy.
You're talking about it. I talk about lots of stuff that annoys me.
Speaking of the dean,
Guten Tag, homies! I hope you'll all be attending Oktoberfest. It's not often we get to celebrate German culture.
It's not often we want to. Yeah, a little goes a long way.
True. Greendale's Oktoberfest has never drawn huge crowds, probably due to our diversity. So this year, we are adding some color.
Ah.
Pick it! I'll give this to you, Troy. The central event will be a pop and lock-a-thon. Winner gets to annex Poland. Kidding. The winner gets an iTunes gift card. Okay.
Oh, a breakdance contest. What should we name
Happy
it?
Oktoberfest.
okay, Emma, go ahead.
So everybody's in the cafeteria. People like wearing hats, and like I don't know if there's a specific name for the hats.
There probably is a specific name for the hats. I actually don't know what the name for the hats are.
Right, but anyway, so we're celebrating Oktoberfest with a and we want to make it a bit more diverse.
Yes.
So we do a pop and Locktoberfest.
Pop and Locktoberfest.
And I do kind of like a thing of we don't really want to celebrate German culture, and I'm just like when I was watching it like earlier, I'm like, how like is this gonna make Kaylin like giggle or like offended?
This is funny. No, it was funny.
But I like it. It's like a little goes a long way.
Yep.
But then I also like when the dean's like it's gonna be pop and lockathon. Winner gets to annex Poland.
Oh my god. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Is it me, or is this campus getting more cartoonish every day?
Yeah, it's exciting. I painted a tunnel on the side of the library. When it dries, I'm going for it.
We used to work together.
Cool. So he's from your origins.
This is all I need.
Excuse me, sir. You're all my friend needs.
Abed!
Your mouth isn't curved upwards. Did I misread something?
Tango!
Sundance. We worked with different partners.
Got it.
I'm a teacher. Wait, that's worse than the truth. I'm a student.
Hey, I'm in no position to judge. I'm here for an NA meeting, so.
Narcotics Anonymous?
Remember when you asked for my secret, I said yoga? I lied.
I'm Abed.
Abed, this is Alan Connor. This guy and I used to wipe the courtroom floor with prosecutors.
Hey, let's get a drink, huh?
Are you allowed?
Yeah, quit doing blow, not being rad.
All right, let's do it.
What has this place done to you?
You have no idea.
Hat Club.
Now you have some idea.
And then they're all kind of like talking about like what they're gonna do about the pop and lockathon, and Jeff's kind of like nope.
Yep.
And so then him and Abed go to like the vending machine, and then he sees like one of his old buddies, Al Connor, from his like law firm days.
Yeah.
And I was looking up because I always forgot if it was Rob Corddry or Rod Corddry.
Okay.
But it's Rob Corddry,
Okay.
who like I think you've seen him.
It's probably been stuff that I would know if I was looking at his IMDb page.
Hold on. Oh yeah, I think he was the main character in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, he was a correspondent on the Daily Show for like several years.
Got it. Which makes the Jon Stewart impersonation part fun.
Yes.
Funny. Got it. That's what they're referencing.
Yes. So, but like he's like one of those guys like you've seen him around.
Yeah.
But apparently him and Jeff used to work at the same law firm, but they worked with different partners because when they say to each other like their nicknames.
Yeah.
So like, cause Jeff is Tango and then he's Sundance, and then I was like, I was about to say wrong, and then Jeff's like different partners.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he tells Alan that he has a student there, and Alan's there for Narcotics Anonymous, because why not?
Yes, because sometimes that happens, I guess, when you're a hotshot lawyer. You get
Yes.
addicted to blow.
Yes. And then but Alan's like, hey, why don't we just like go get a drink, and then but Jeff's gonna miss class, but he's like nobody cares, and he goes. But the group's kind of upset that like Jeff's coming out to see this guy because they think he's a bad influence.
So, word has it on campus that Winger's too busy hanging out with his cool new lawyer friend.
Slow news day.
That's your Carson?
Jon Stewart.
You depress me.
Look, we'll get back to you.
I haven't met him yet. Shouldn't we be happy that Jeff found an old friend?
Our concern is that Alan is to Jeff what Rob Lowe is to James Spader in the 1990 film Bad Influence.
He's a bad influence.
You saw it?
Hey, guys. Alan and I are going to take a quick sidebar.
Lower any bar. Oh, he's got Britta down.
Which, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because, like, it's just like you're allowed to have other friends.
Right, yeah.
So it's like I feel like at some point, like, Jeff is right in the fact that, like, they just want to keep him to themselves when, like, he should be able to branch out. Also, Chang wants to be on their team for the Pop and Lockathon. And they're kind of like, okay. Or, like, they think they have Jeff, so they're, like, not going to say no.
Right.
Jeff's kind of wants to keep hanging out with Alan, and, like, they have this whole thing. There's going to be, like, an office party the next day, so he's going to go to that instead of, like, hanging out with the group.
Right.
So they have to let Chang in.
Yeah.
He looks familiar.
Possible. Have you or someone you know been injured at work?
Oh, we need to be more respectful of our time.
Shirley, if I killed a man, as a Christian, would you forgive me?
I would.
Then either that man's life is worth less than your time, or it's okay for me to be late.
Oh, no! You still got the moves, man. If they gave away awards for mind games, the statue'd be Jeff Winger doing it to a brain.
Come on, just Bush League.
Cool. Hit me.
You're bald.
Are you?
I'll kill you, you... Come here!
Come on, man.
Come here.
But before that, Annie kind of recognizes Alan, and also he's like, unlike Jeff, who feels shame about being attracted to an 18-year-old, Alan doesn't care.
No shame. No shame whatsoever.
So which one's the douchebag?
Here's the question.
Right.
It answers itself.
Jeff, you know what lawyers call someone who defrauds the state bar, cheats on his LSATs, and cons his way into a firm? Best lawyer ever.
Seriously?
Not wrong.
Hey, tomorrow night, office party. You're my guest.
What does Alan have that we don't?
A butt for Jeff's wiener. I mean, we all have butts, too. We have butts, just not for the same thing. I'm trying to say they're gay.
Well, I don't like how much drinking and carousing they do. It's a gateway to narcotics. Narcotics! I know how I know Alan! But I'm not allowed to say.
Which means that you met him in Narcotics Anonymous.
Yep.
What if you don't say it out loud, but we guess?
Like charades?
With this group, I'm watching.
Four words.
Alan got Jeff disbarred. Oh, please, those junkies weren't thinking about rules when they were shooting up Skag.
And I realized that apparently Annie and Alan were in the same Narcotics Anonymous group together. And apparently Alan admitted something in that group, but she can't say it because it's like confidentiality stuff.
Exactly.
So then they're like, what if we guess it like charades? And then she like, for some reason, writes down the answer.
Yeah, right.
So then Shirley just picks it up. It's like, oh, like, so it turns out Alan was the one who sent an email to get Jeff disbarred, hence why he's here.
Yes.
Good times.
Good times.
So surprise, he's an asshole.
But the whole theme of this episode is lawyers are assholes.
I think
which
it's like
is so funny. Like it's like I feel like this is some kind of fantasy race situation where it's like, oh, you know, those lawyers, they have their own just separate set of morals and beliefs.
I think like it's specifically defense lawyers.
Yeah.
Because like prosecutors are kind of like they're supposed to be like on the right side.
Right.
Again, I'm watching too much Law and Order, but like they're supposed to be like fighting the good fight, and then you defense lawyers who just like want money.
Yeah.
Or they're actually defending somebody who didn't do it. But like these guys are assholes.
Correct. So it's the whole thing is basically like, oh no, that's what lawyers do, and like it's just very funny.
Or is it a thing because like they're all like white guys?
Yeah, and even then, because Jeff is. He's kind of self-conscious of, like, I can't go back to that place with all those people because, like, I did this, I did that. And they're like, no. That's cool, though. No,
they're
actually,
dude, like, you just, like, you tricked a bunch of people and got in a law firm for, like, years.
Right, like, being a fraud actually makes you a really cool lawyer.
Right, and the fact of the matter is, like, the only reason you got caught was because somebody told on you.
Right, and which is so funny because it really just goes back to like lawyers are a whole other separate breed of people. At least that's how they're treated in this show. It's like no, like being absolute sociopaths is part of being a lawyer, and they just have to accept that that's like a culture of its own, which is very funny.
Yeah.
I was in an NA meeting and he bragged about it. He doesn't recognize me because my hair's longer, my skin's clearer. I've lost a lot of weight.
Annie,
Good job.
Oh, Annie.
he said he turned me in.
He said he sent an email that got a rival coworker fired. It was around the time you got caught.
I know they never covered this on Yo Gabba Gabba, but that's called circumstantial. Any other meaningless conspiracy theories?
Yes. Did you know that Go-Gurt is just yogurt?
You know what a therapist calls this kind of a relationship, right?
A gold mine.
Codependent. You guys don't want me to be happy.
Jeff, will we see you tomorrow night at the Pop and Lockathon?
No, Abed, I'm going to a cool party at my cool former law firm from when my life was cool.
Fine. You can be on the team.
New deal. If we win, I get to be in the study group.
Yes.
The stakes have never been higher.
But then the group tells Jeff that, like, Alan was the one who got you to Sparta, and he's kind of like, well, that's circumstantial. Like, you guys don't have any proof of that, and he doesn't really
Right.
care.
Mm-hmm.
But then he says, like, he's going to the ops party, and then Chang has to join the Pop and Lock team. And he says, like, if we win, then I get to join the group.
Yeah.
So stakes have never been higher.
Stakes have never been higher.
So we're at the party. We meet, like, the head law firm, like, partner, Drew Carey.
Just want to thank everybody for coming. You know, when I
God,
became a
Drew Carey.
lawyer,
Yep.
I had a dream. I had a dream that one day I'd be head of a firm, so nobody would be able to talk about the big weird hole in my hand. What's great, though, is that you don't stare or ask any questions. And as a reward for your restraint, got a little something for you. There. That ought to keep it going to Christmas. Everybody have fun tonight.
You good?
Drew Carey I was so surprised.
You were just like, what?
I don't know why I was so surprised to see Drew Carey. I think it's because recently I haven't seen him in a lot.
I feel like he hasn't acted in a while.
Right. Yeah, he's been doing. Oh my God, is he still on Prices Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So right, because he had his own kind of sitcom. Then he did, you know,
He had the
he
Drew
was-
Carey show and then Who's Line for a while.
Yeah, he was doing Who's Line, and then now Price is Right. And so I just was not used to seeing him on a show because my brain goes, oh, he's a host of things, but that's not. You know, he literally had his own sitcom.
Right.
And
then he has a hole in his hand.
Yeah, that was great.
And he says, like, I just wanted to like work at a place where nobody talk about the hole in my hand. And he's like, I know everybody talks about it, but at least like you're cool to me
Right.
when we're around each other. And then he gets a quarter.
It's just so random, but it's really good.
I was like, I don't know if we heard this because we were laughing, but like at one point when like him and Jeff are talking, like, and they shake hands, like there's like a suction sound.
Oh my God, no, I missed that. Oh no. Oh God. Oh no. That's really funny, actually. That's terrible.
So Jeff and Alan are at this party and they're talking, and we realize that Alan really wants to be partner.
Anyone else with that hand would wear a glove. He controls a room with it. He's the master.
Well, he sure is a fan of yours. Hey, when you talk to him, will you mention me? He keeps passing me over for partner.
Alan, did you invite me here with an ulterior motive? God, I miss this place.
And he kind of, that's like one of the big reasons he invited Jeff was because, what is Drew Carey's character's name? Ted. Really likes Jeff. So it's like, hey, can you like talk to him and maybe get me partner?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of the group shows up because they were invited.
Yes.
Hey!
Oh my God.
God, it's a sea of wingers.
Now, you guys are new to high society, so just follow my lead. Everything will be fine.
As a matter of fact, Jeff, we were invited.
Why would anyone do that?
Hey, you guys made it. Come on in.
Oh my God. Don't.
Okay, before this gets
Well,
more
he's a
embarrassing,
douche.
Yeah.
what is your misguided plan?
To
That's when it gets weird that
apologize
she's
to you for
18.
casting aspersions on your friend.
And to show you we can be cool.
Hey, is that
Yes, but at least Jeff feels shame.
Find Annie and
That's
leave.
true. Exactly.
Ted!
Exactly.
Hey, man!
Fourth floor, 470. First, he said it was 69. I want to rub Purell on my brain.
Get
You
in!
are so mysterious.
By Alan, who is still being really creepy towards Annie.
Yes.
And no shame.
No shame whatsoever.
But but their main goal is that they're gonna find out where Alan's office is, find the email. Where I'm surprised they can find the email because like they go away after a while. It's been a year.
Actually, I was so mad because my work, I used to like my inbox like didn't delete itself for the longest time, and they finally updated the policy where now after a year updates. And I have emails from like years ago that I would like to go back and see, but they're all gone now. Makes me sad.
Cool.
But that's a little office talk for you.
Yeah. So meanwhile, so Annie, Troy, and Abed are gonna go up and like try to find the email.
I brought stuff people use for capers. Suction cup. Credit card. Chloroform.
Chloroform.
Credit card does.
Why me look out? Why not you guys?
Because if someone comes up here, Kanye and Kumar get taken to jail. You get taken to dinner.
You guys, I'm the smartest one in this whole group, and all I'm used for is bait and distraction. Go on your stupid mission. I hope it sucks.
What did she say? I don't know. All I heard was suck.
Abed brought a bunch of stuff for sneaking into offices.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Annie is, she doesn't want to be the lookout, but they say she needs to be the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
And like, Troy has the point of saying like, if we get caught, then like, we're going to go to jail. If you get caught, they're going to, and I'm like, he's not wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the line is really good. Do they have what the specific line is?
I think it was like, if Kanye and Kumar, if Kanye and Kumar get, then, let me see if they do have it. If someone comes up, Kanye and Kumar get taken to jail, you get taken to dinner.
Yeah, it's true though. It's such like a really funny like line where you're like, yep.
Yeah.
No, that's the kind of place this is.
Britta and Shirley and Pierce are just kind of like gonna be around. Like they're doing a bunch of stuff. Like Britta's like talking with this guy who wants to make her a sugar baby.
Yep.
Did you know that if I sleep with Philip once a month, I can use his beach house in Rio whenever I want?
Wow. You guys are really onto something. I think you found the world's newest profession.
Guys, did you know that I actually have a civil case against that bitch that stole my husband?
Shirley, don't sue a stripper.
Why not?
She's a stripper. Life sued her, and she lost.
Did you know there's an island in Indonesia where you can hunt people?
And then Shirley thinks that she can like sue the stripper who took her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pierce is just being Pearson.
Yep, Pierce wants to hunt people for sport.
So like I say like I'm not 100% sure like how like memorable I fully find this episode, but then we get to the most memorable part.
It's a great scene.
Who are you guys? This is not your office.
I can explain. Let me explain. Oh my God.
I usually have one foot out of reality, and even I'm freaking out right now.
Chloroform the janitor?
Stop yelling at me! You're the ones that got caught!
You're the one who's yelling!
We're in big trouble! We have to do something!
Oh, I don't know what to do. My whole brain is crying.
Guys! Hey, I have an idea. Okay, it may sound a little weird, but trust me.
What's happening?
Oh, we all got chloroform.
Damn it!
Somebody chloroformed all of us.
And now we're regaining consciousness together.
Why is she holding a rag?
Okay, that was the worst idea ever. Can we please just run away now?
So Troy and I find the email, they print it out, a janitor comes in and is like, what are you guys doing here?
Right, like this isn't your office.
And then he's like, Troy's like, I can explain. Let me explain. Then meanwhile, Annie comes in with a rag because we should mention Abed. One of the things that Abed brought was chloroform.
Yes.
So then she gets the rag and just chloroforms the janitor.
The poor janitor. He wasn't doing anything.
He gets chloroformed, and then everybody starts freaking out.
Yeah.
Which even Abed for a little bit, he's kind of like,
Yeah, right.
So then they start freaking out because they just like knock out this guy, and then Abed's like, I have a plan. So then you cut to everybody on the floor. The janitor wakes up, and then they all start kind of waking up, and then Troy's like, oh, we all got chloroformed at the same time, and now we're all waking up.
Yeah, right.
And then the janitor's like, but wait, who is she, and why does she have a rag? And then they chloroform him again.
They chloroform him a second time.
And then once he's out, they're just like, can we just go?
Oh my God. But yeah, I think I've seen the gif of that where Troy
Where
is
Troy's
like
running around,
freaking out.
It's like, I don't know what happened, my whole brain is crying.
I've seen that before. I feel like I've seen that especially around the time when that came out. I feel like I saw that that GIF was floated around a lot. So,
but they got the emails so that they're leaving.
Yes.
So
they did what they came in for, plus some other stuff. But don't think about that.
So
right
they
now.
give the email to Jeff, which kind of proves their what they were saying, that Alan's the one who. And it's like it kind of seems like I think like Jeff's like a little bit upset, but he's kind of like, like whatever, like and like saying this thing about like he misses this group of people like who don't care and like saying that like he kind of was because like basically the reason when community college was to get back into this group of people like and he don't care and like that's the bottom line. So he's not like mad at really at Alan, but I think he's a little bit mad because he caught caring.
He did.
Britta, you're not a whore. Shirley, Jesus turned the other cheek. He didn't garnish wages. Pierce, do I even need to say this? It is bad to hunt man for sport.
That's
badass.
This is the email that Alan sent the Bar Association.
He is a bad friend. But he's a good lawyer. Now, I appreciate you guys caring, but you have to understand that I don't. Caring is lethal around here. It's a disease. You guys have it, I don't.
Liar.
It's like watching a soul slip through our fingers. But what more can we do? Would you stop?
I don't know how you did it, man. But you're looking at the firm's next partner. If I wasn't actively repressing my bi-curiosity, I would kiss you full on your beautiful mouth.
Well, maybe you can return the favor one day.
God, this is really hard.
Alan, it's okay. You can tell me.
It was Thompson.
Yep, there it is. There it is. I knew that's what's gonna happen.
Thompson that adopted 3 at-risk teens and donated his kidney to a temp.
All an act. Yeah. Why do you think he quit right after you left?
Well, his wife died.
Did she, Jeff?
No, you go ahead. I think I caught something at Greendale.
College chicks. I get you. You're bad.
Did he catch caring?
Friendship?
Friendship. So he asks the group to leave, and then he talks to Alan and says that, like, after the discussion that Ted and Jeff had, that Alan's main partner.
Mm-hmm.
And then Alan kind of says, like, oh, I want to make it up to you. Like, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So then he's like, I think you know somebody here got you disbarred. I think, like, Jeff really wants him to, like, I think, like, if Jeff would have, like, fully forgiven him if he would have told him.
Yeah.
But he says it was somebody else who, like, seems like a really nice guy.
Right, who is, like, yeah, this absolute saint of a human being.
Like, I said, like, he
has
adopted, like, three under, not, I was gonna say underused. What am I thinking?
Underprivileged?
Underprivileged teens, and donated a kidney to a temp.
Yeah.
And there's like, and he's like, yeah, well, why do you think he quit right after you left? And he's like, well, his wife died.
Yeah, right. Right. So, like, he's doing a very typical, like, what we've been made to believe is what the lawyers do, which is, like, be an absolute sleaze bag and do things in the worst possible way. But all of his awful, terrible actions make him a good lawyer.
Right.
So he's an absolute terrible human being, but Jeff has a level of respect because he's still partially in that culture of knowing what makes a good lawyer, which is why he doesn't take back his recommendation for
right. So then, meanwhile, we the entire group forgot about the Pop and Lockathon.
Shouldn't we notify someone that our team is not going to make it to the Pop and Lockathon?
You actually think anybody cares?
Checking in for the Heather Pop and Locklears.
Heather Pop and Locklear.
Where's the rest of your team? Oh, they'll be here.
It is the 4th straight hour and Ben Chang is still on his own.
Oh my god.
My body hurts.
So then Chang's there by himself, and he's been going for like 4 hours. So it's
4 hours straight,
it's one of those dances where like it's one of those competitions where it's not like who's the best, it's who can last the longest.
Right, it's a dance-a-thon.
So then he's getting really tired, and then as he's about to pass out, the group arrives.
Yes.
Ben, you need to switch up your move. Whoa, do my eyes deceive me? Troy Barnes tagging in for the save. Only 2 teams left. The Poppy Lockstockings and the Heather Pop and Locklears.
Those are good.
Troy, what's wrong?
I don't know. My heart's just not in it.
And they're kind of just like not into it, and then Jeff stirs up, and he's like,
Next up looks like Jeffrey Winger.
yay!
Did you miss me?
Took you long enough.
Oh! Now we got it.
I'm just wondering how they have time to make those jackets.
Hell no, that guy's useful to me. Thanks to you, I've now got leverage over a spineless jag that just made partner. That is the place I want to work. But I prefer to hang out with cool people. People so cool, they care.
Aww. It's so terrible. It's great.
Aww. Friendship. He says like I'm so good. I'm not gonna like tell on Alan because like I can have him like as like leverage and stuff. And he's like, I know I'm working for those guys, but I'd rather hang out with people like you. And everyone's like, aw. And then they hug and then they lose the competition. And Chang's all upset.
No parking on the dance floor, Winger. No, I'm serious. You're disqualified. The winners are the Poppy Lock Stockings.
Oh no.
I've been popping and locking for 5 hours, and you threw it all away.
The contest doesn't matter. What's important is we have each other.
Aww.
Then can I be in your study group?
Well, that wasn't the deal. We lost, so that was dope what we did.
Oh my god. That's terrible.
You know what? He's bringing us down. Let's move him. Can we move him?
Bye.
That's terrible. Chang is very upset.
So then they're like, but they're like, the competition didn't matter.
Yeah.
It was friendship. So then he's like, I'm in the group, and he was like, well, that wasn't the deal.
Right. Yeah.
And then Chang gets like an evil laugh.
Yes.
The end.
The end.
And then the last bit is it was earlier mentioned that like Abed like painted a hole in the tunnel, or like for a tunnel, a cartoon tunnel.
Yeah, because things are feeling more cartoonish every day around Green Day.
Yes.
Psst, Troy, it's me.
Abed?
I made it through. I'm a cartoon now.
That's impossible.
And the smell of pie can make you float. You have to believe, Troy. Wait, you don't have to believe.
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't.
Aw. Aw.
I may have done some damage there.
You did.
You did.
So then Troy walks up to it and sees like a painting of Abed, and Abed's like mouthing saying like, I made it. And like wants Troy to believe in it, like run it, like obviously go in, and then right as he's about to, like Abed pops up and is like, wait, don't believe. And then he's like, I didn't, but he's really sad.
He is very sad.
The end.
The end.
So what do we learn today?
We learned that lawyers are terrible people.
Defense lawyers. I feel like prosecutors at least feel like they're doing the right thing.
So, and some of like the more like bookish types of lawyers, like tax lawyers and stuff, they're usually pretty chill.
Yeah.
I've met some of them. They're pretty nice. And so so lawyers are terrible. Defense lawyers are terrible, but they have their own specific culture and beliefs and customs that have to be respected in their own right.
Right.
So very interesting. Friendship is the best possible communicable disease you can catch.
Yes.
And maybe don't chloroform people.
Right. What do you think of this episode?
It was good. So the whole episode I was thinking about, I was actually thinking about one of our viewers here. I'm gonna shout out somebody here. I'm gonna shout out Sabo, who talked a lot about in one of the, not talked a lot about, but mentioned in a comment from last season about how in season 1 we don't go outside of Greendale at all. Like very rarely have we stepped off of campus, and I thought a lot of this episode took place like outside of
I
Greendale.
feel like at least like the last like half did.
Yeah. So that was very interesting, and I was like, oh, that like it really stood out, and I didn't realize how much time we spent at Greendale until we spent an episode outside of Greendale. I thought that was very interesting. So they really kind of stepped away, and the world kind of expanded a bit almost. And it was nice to see kind of part of like Jeff's own life kind of come to play, because I always think that's very interesting. I think Abed makes a comment, it's like, someone from your origin.
Yeah.
And like I think the same way. Like my brain went the same way. Like, oh, okay, it's really interesting when you like switch it up by having the past come and meet you and what you do with that information. So I thought that was really interesting. So
yeah. I think this episode, it's like pretty okay with the exception of like the chloroform joke, which is one of the best.
That scene was very good.
That's like one of the best gags in Community.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I think it's like pretty standard, and I think it's like the lessons are like kind of similar to like other episodes where it's kind of like Jeff being an asshole and then he remembers friendship.
Right, which is kind of a recurring theme with him.
Yeah. So that's kind of, so like it's like I think it's like fairly like standard, but like I think like It's like so kind of like a little bit of like the backdrop for season 1 where you just like have like those like standard episodes. And I think they're fine, especially when you have like wacky, super wacky stuff. You need to have a good balance.
Oh, we also get the origin of how Jeff became a lawyer. I forgot about that part.
Oh, that he just like basically cheated on his LSATs and like faked it. We knew he
No,
faked
no,
it.
no, but why he wanted to become a lawyer.
Oh, because
it talks about like his childhood and his fun, like comes up to his relationship with his parents, which he feels like he has a complicated relationship with. Always makes for a fun character.
I think from like what I've seen, like early stuff from here, and like, what can I say now is that like his relationship with his mom's like pretty standard.
Yeah.
And then with his dad, it's like a bit more complicated.
Yes.
So
wow, yeah. But I just like to put that in there, like,
Which,
when,
like,
I like
might
to
be-
get those little nuggets of backstory.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. Do you want some trivia?
I would love some trivia.
Okay. So the team names of the Pocket Lonkathon study group was the Heather, Pop, and Locklears.
This is great.
There was the Poppy Longstockings, Papa Don't Lock, Pop and Locksmiths. So those are some of the team names.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Abed mentions the film Bad Influence. The flower duet from the opera Lock Me plays during Chang's fantasy scene. Dean Pelton disqualifies the Heather, Pop, and Locklears by saying no parking on the dance floor, which is a reference to the 1984 dance film No Parking on the Dance Floor, parentheses. Oh, it's a dance hit by Midnight Star.
Mm-hmm.
Troy mentions Go-Gurt is actually just yogurt.
It's true.
I thought people knew that, though. What would it be if it wasn't yogurt?
Don't think about it. It's Go-Gurt.
But it's just okay.
It's Go-Gurt.
Berta mentions Jon Stewart does an impression of him, and also, but they think it's Johnny Carson, which you mentioned was funny because Rob Corddry was a correspondent on The Daily Show.
Yes.
Abba compares Alan's relationship to Jeff to James Spader and Rob Lowe in Bad Influence. Heather Locklear is mentioned. Yo Gabba Gabba is mentioned.
Yo Gabba Gabba, yeah.
The study groups search. A post-it note that's saying Smash Mouth can be seen on the computer Abed and Troy used to find Alan's email.
Mm-hmm.
Like referring to the rock band Smash Mouth.
Okay.
Abed calls Jeff Tango, and Jeff calls him Sundance, which is a reference to Tango and Cash and Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kids.
Yep.
The dean, displays by Ben's laugh at the end, like his evil laugh. It says he's bringing it down. Can we move him? Is a reference to The Beach, featuring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
And that's it for trivia.
Very good.
We have a comment corner.
We have a comment corner. Gonna read the comments from 2 different videos today. Yeah. We're gonna talk about the comments from Communication Studies first.
Okay.
All right. Somebody's talking about our format again. Very interesting. Very hot topic around these parts. We have somebody by the name of Force of Nature who talks. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but has questions about our format. Zom was kind enough to explain why it is that we do the things we do, so thank you very much, Zom. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Zom also comments and says, I will be interested who Kaylin's favorite characters are in the next show, because 3 of my top 5 are villains. I'm very curious who your 3 of the top 5 are. So also people need to stay tuned for whenever we do the next show, because that will be fun. And I'm trying to think of my favorite characters from that show, and I don't think any of them are villains. Actually not true. One of my favorite characters, if I had picked my top 5, one is a character who's not a villain, but then kind of a villain, but also not a villain at the same time. You should know exactly who I'm talking about. Dara has no idea.
What?
And if you don't know what show we're doing next, I usually don't say it, but it's been mentioned around the time, so you can continue to live with the mystery. All right, we got another comment about our format from Con Artist. So I'm not going to read that. It's just some feedback for us. Thanks. Somebody also... Oh, there's a spam comment.
Don't click on spam comments.
Don't click that. It has a link in it. We're going to report that as spam today. Thank you. Sabo says, another great reaction review. Don't really have a question or commentary, so I just wanted to say that it was another great video. And that has 3 upvotes on it. So thank you very much. Apparently you weren't the only one who thought so. So thank you to all of those, especially to those who watch but do not comment, because we know where we are out there. We can see you by your thumbs up. So thank you for your thumbs and for your eyes.
And your ears.
Yes. Vicky Turner says, I liked your summarized lesson. Be a man, wear ladies' pantsuits. which is absolutely how it should be.
Yep.
So thank you. I'm glad that you like that. And also Ricardo says, when I tried to speak Spanish, I tried to say Spanish class, and instead I said Spain school. So I said...
You said Spain... Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think I said España Escuela, which I think is Spain school, if I am correct. But it says, don't worry, we forgive you. I appreciate that. I'm trying my best as somebody who literally does not speak Spanish and has only taken maybe like 2 months of Spanish back in middle school because those were mandatory. Not that I don't like Spanish. It's one of those things that I feel like I should learn. But I was a German minor, so we have to commit. So
yeah, you do.
That's I'm gonna read more comments from our video that we just posted. That gives you an idea of when we're recording this. From Physical Education. All right. We got another spam comment that has a rating system in. I don't know. I want to think it's Tamil, but I'm not sure. Because it's spam, we have to make it go away. So sorry. I love this question from Andy Robin. Dara, this is a very great question. Are you two a couple?
No.
Thank you. Yeah, we are not.
I'm surprised it took somebody this long to ask, because I've always wondered, like...
People just like see us together, like surely two people sitting next to each other must be a couple. That is not the case here.
Listen, like we have different preferences for stuff and they don't match up with each other except for friendship.
We just our friendship is very strong and compatible. That is all that matters.
But we are technically work married.
We are work married. Yes.
But we're not.
But if you have really good fan fiction, send it to our Gmail.
Please and thank you.
I'll read. I think I have a strong enough stomach to read it. We'll see. I actually don't know. I could be tempting fate here. Maybe don't do that.
We get it. This is your fault.
It is all of my fault. Yes, it is all my fault. So, but to answer that question, no, we are not a couple.
No.
So Sabo the Hunter says, this is genuinely one of my favorite season 1 episodes. When the plot is simple and the jokes carry the episode, that is where I feel Community is at its prime.
Yeah.
The joke about Brown Joey, White Abed, as well as the naked pool game has to be one of the silliest yet hilarious scenes in Community. The bagel pronunciation has made up my day-to-day life, which causes a lot of confusion to my flatmate. Great reaction and review. That's very hysterical that you just say bagel. I think that's very good. McFine, who answered a comment that we had in the show, was talking about some weird gym classes you may have had. So McFine says, weirdest sport in gym class, we did a section on juggling in grade 10. I can still juggle to this day.
That's cool.
That is not weird. That is awesome. What a cool skill. That is very awesome. And I'm a little jealous instead of the weird ass orienteering that we had to do. And then last comment is great from LOLUHHC. I don't know how to say that, so I'm just going to spell it. It says, the heck is water ice? Actually, what the hell is Italian ice? Great question.
First of all, it's not Italian ice, it's water ice.
Right, correct. They are interchangeable. So water ice, and I love, this is spelled like the way we say it in the show, which is the Philly way of saying water, which is water.
Water.
And actually there's two different, depending on which part of Philly, you can either go wooder or wooder. So you can do like more of a wood.
It's kind of, I guess,
like
the better example would be like shaved ice, but like Rita's water ice is like not, it's like, it's, better than shaved.
It's a little more hardy than shaved ice.
Yeah.
So we can put a picture of what Italian ice is. They're interchangeable, but water ice is specifically the term for it in the southeast.
Yeah, water ice is Italian ice, but we say it
Philadelphia area.
We say it the correct way.
Water ice.
Water ice.
So I'm glad that we could share some of our culture with you. That's very exciting. Yes, we'll show you what Italian ice is. Probably put a picture of Rita's, but there is other good Italian/water ice out there. Restaurant down in, oh my gosh, where is it?
No, Rita's is the best. Shut up.
You're wrong. You're wrong. There's some local stuff that's really good as well. But Rita's is the more accessible one. Anyway.
You're wrong. Rita's is the best.
Rita's is way better than anything that you would find in a grocery store when it comes to Italian ice.
That's accurate.
So make sure you get to Rita's. But there's a couple smaller places that also make it very well too. We got to support those small businesses.
That's fair.
Listen. But that is all the comments that I have for today. Thank you for your comments. That was wonderful.
Hooray!
Those are really good comments. Everyone who's been commenting on our community stuff has had some like really good, insightful.
Yeah,
just,
thank
like,
you.
And I have to come up with some more good questions during our shows, so that way we can get good responses.
All right.
That was a great one about the gym class. I really appreciated that.
All right, thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello, please subscribe, leave a comment. Like we said, we do read them, and like our stuff or dislike. Either way.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
Engagement.
We're on Facebook, facebook.com/wittyclose. So please like and comment and follow us there. We're on Twitter @wittyclose. So please follow us there. Like our stuff, retweet at us. We're on Instagram and we're on TikTok, so you can follow us there. Like our stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you do there. Audio-wise, we're on Spotify, so you can follow us there, rate our stuff. I think we're on iTunes, so rate, review, and subscribe. We're on Patreon right now at the $5 level. If you want to subscribe there, you get our monthly live streams where we either talk or watch a movie or both. It doesn't matter. We also have our spin-off show, First Reaction or Fan Reaction, where we watch a show that we've either both seen or neither of us have seen. Or whatever, and then we got to the other tiers where we'll do a bunch of other random stuff. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
And then also we have an email, wittyclose@gmail.com, if you want to send us like a longer question that you have, or fanfic, it's fine.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Maybe just like keep it PG-13.
Yeah, like let's not get like super weird and explicit about it, please.
Yes.
Thank you. PG-13 is a good rating.
Yeah.
I'll take PG-15 even.
That's fair.
Nothing more than that though.
All right, and that's it for this episode of First Section Fan Reaction. Next time we're going to talk about, we're still in season 2 of Community because at the beginning.
Ooh, yes.
Okay, fun. We're going to talk about the psychology of letting go, season 3, or season 2, episode 3.
Yeah.
And then episode 4, basic rocket science.
Sounds good.
All right, so for First Section Fan Reaction, I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Ken Clothier.
Peace.
Jeff. We had 5 guys around here with your balls. We wouldn't need 30 lawyers.
True, but we need a good doctor.
Ted, stop hitting on my date. I'm kidding. We can share. I get the head. I love the brain in there. I'll eat it.
So weird. Very weird.
Hey, everybody. Jeff Winger's here.
Hey! We did it!
All right, very good. Good work, everybody. Let's talk about it.
All right, well, don't take too long. And don't rip off this exit.